Hey, what's up, people? I'm Nick. This is my first video, so bear with me. Just wanted to do a little introduction and give you a little bit of history into me and who I am and what I do and what's going on here. I hope to make future videos, hopefully. It's going to be more gaming stuff, gaming videos compared to action figures, but it's going to be a little bit of both. If I was to label myself, I would say I'm a collector, not a diorama builder, not an artist, not a gamer, a collector. That's what I've been doing since day one. That's what I know. That's what I love to do. I collect. We'll go into figures. Again, I'm known as NickElPunisher Rodriguez in Facebook and a lot of groups as a Nintendo enthusiast and as a big Marvel Legends collector. I've been collecting stuff, again, my whole life. I sold my statues a couple of years back, then my comics. I only held on to my figures and games, even though I really didn't game anymore. When the PS3 was released, it was like $400. I couldn't afford it and couldn't justify spending that much anyways. So PS2 was the last system I legitimately bought and played hardcore. Over time, I put my games in my closet and I kind of leaned back and I continued with the figures. I moved to Pittsburgh, like I said, Pittsburgh area, a little under 4 years ago. And being up here, I started concentrating more on Legends and started leaning back on other waves and collections and stuff. Due to bills and not having a lot of room, I started selling all my 80s stuff, Thundercats, G1 Transformers, Voltron, G.I. Joes, He-Man. That all went. And again, I held on to some DC figures, some imports, Figma, SH Figuarts, and of course my Legends that I love to death. And the gaming occurred because my son found my Nintendo in my closet and asked me what it was, and I basically told him, you know how you have a Nintendo Wii? Well, this was the original model. This is where Mario and everyone else was on when I was a kid, and I played Mega Man and Mario games and Turtles and on this. You played on your Wii, I had this. He got excited, his little brother got excited, said to put it on, and that sparked the fire. A horrible, horrible fever in me and my family, because we started bonding as a family through gaming. I mean, not that we didn't spend time, but that was another excuse to spend time. It brought back all my childhood memories from when I was a kid enjoying these systems, and now my kids are enjoying retro games with me. It was like incredible for me. It was like all-time high. And then little by little, my girl started playing Super Mario World and other games with us. I only had my Nintendo, Super Nintendo, and Sega Genesis Model 1, the first one. Well, technically the first one. And eventually I got a 64 and a GameCube, and she would play Mario 64. And it was just such an awesome feeling, a family of gamers. I never thought that would happen. They showed a big interest in figures like I did, but I never thought the gaming thing would happen. And at the time I had 77 games. It was a little under 2 years ago when I decided, it was several months of playing games together as a family, that I wanted the whole NES library. I told myself I want the whole NES library because the NES was my first love as far as gaming. And again, that was like mid-July, late July 2015, so it was less than 2 years ago. And my figures, again, needing money and not having space, my figures started going out the door, started selling them all, bills, and it helped fund to get more games and video game stuff. I decided to concentrate only mainly on Nintendo and only on the NES for the most part. And I kept collecting Marvel Legends. About a year ago, a little under a year ago, I decided that as far as Marvel's concerned, although my biggest love of comics and all that other movies, animated films, Marvel wins. My real love, where my heart was as far as comics and cartoons, was always Spider-Man and X-Men. X-Men was my team. Spider-Man was my dude. I mean, yeah, I like the Avengers and X-Force and X-Factor and everyone else that's out there. Love them all. But the love doesn't compare for X-Men and Spider-Man. In the early 90s, those comics really, caught me. Really captured me, hardcore. And then they did the animated series, which just made me fall further in love of both X-Men and Spider-Man. Two of my favorite cartoons of all time to this day. So I decided about a little under a year ago, I was going to sell all my Legends. And I had every Build-A-Figure, and I had 98% of every Marvel Legend. And yes, I had damn near every figure. Dragon Man, Doombot. I mean, what didn't I have? Fin Fan Foom, Ares. I mean, I had so many figures. I went nuts on Legends for years that I had so many rare figures. People that know me know I'm not lying. Like, I had multiple Sentinels, Build-A-Figures, Marvel Universe. Again, I had every Build-A-Figure. And I parted it all out. Yeah, a little under a year ago. And that helped pay even more bills. And I was about 2/3 of the way of completing the NES library. That helped me with a big jump. And basically, a week ago, on Sunday, April 23rd, I was able to trade for my last game. I have officially completed the official licensed Nintendo North American games, which is 677 cartridges. I now have them all. Kid Clown was my last one, and I was able to trade with a local guy that a not really nice guy that I've done a few deals with already, and he side cheap and got it thinking of me, which was awesome. And we traded for it. I could have bought it or traded for it, and he was interested in trading, and I said, hey, I'll trade, no money out of my pocket. And I'm very excited and very proud of it. Again, I only have X-Men and Spider-Man related characters. I'm only collecting X-Men and Spider-Man related characters in all these new waves that are being released. I'm keeping up with them, of course. And besides a few imports and or Nintendo figures, I don't collect any other figures anymore. My main passion is the NES because it was my first love, and I'm still collecting anything oddball, obscure, any weird controllers, anything I can get my hands on. I'm considering going into other fields of the NES. There's so many games out there that weren't official licensed. I mean, there's an additional 100 and some change, maybe close to 200 games. I mean, between there's 800 and something games if you count all the unofficial pirated games out there. But I'm considering maybe chasing some of them. But my love for Nintendo isn't going to stop, and I collect Nintendo, period, for all Nintendo systems. And that's about it. I just wanted to let you guys know more about me, get a feel of me. I know this video might be a little long already, but just know that this is me. I'm not pretending. I don't wear hats like this for the hell of it to look cool. This ain't going to get me no chicks 9 out of 10 times. You get some weird ones out there, maybe. Like, I'm a big kid at heart. This is who I am. I'm a very, very silly, friendly guy. I might not look friendly. I am very friendly. I am very silly. I am definitely a kid at heart. I survive on potato chips and Diet Coke. I don't eat healthy. I collect toys still. I play games when I can. I am not on any bandwagon. I am not new to any of this. Again, been collecting figures my whole life. And I paused on gaming for a couple of years. And in the last 3 years or so, I've come back hard into it. But again, it was under 2 years ago when I decided I wanted the whole NES set, and I've completed that. I really don't know if I'm going to go after any other sets. I've thought about Super, I've thought about GameCube, but that's a lot of games, and to put myself through all that searching and hunting, and I mean financially, it's hard. N64 is still up in the air. It's only 296 official North American releases. There's only a handful that are really, really expensive. And I already have like 90, 64 games, 80 something, 90. So that's a possibility. I'm more towards no than yes, but you never know. And I mean, I can't lie, I've had a lot of help. I've made friends with a lot of local stores. There's some good resources out here in Pittsburgh. A couple of franchises that help a lot, like Cash and Culture, The Exchange. I have a couple of local stores that always hook me up. The one guy since day one that's was helping me collect figures, but then was egging me on to get into the video games, and I didn't want to at first. Buddy of mine named Kerry, he owns Warp Zone in Greensburg. But I've had a lot of help, and I'm in a bunch of communities that have helped, but the main group that stands out overall is a group on Facebook called Pittsburgh Retro Gaming. They've helped me a lot. Members there have helped me, either seen games, spotted it, contacted me, got them for me, traded me theirs. I mean, people have even sold and traded me games from their personal collection because I was so close. But my collection has changed a lot over the years, especially coming to Pittsburgh. But basically, again, I'm not new to any of this. I really don't want to be like everyone else with their same videos. I'm not trying to pretend to be someone I'm not. And I know they all sit in front of their games or their action figure guys in front of their collection. When I make videos, I'm probably gonna sit in front of my games. If it's an action figure video, I'm probably gonna go downstairs and sit in front of my glass IKEA detox full of Spider-Man and X-Men figures. I mean, what is my background gonna be? Like a shitty dirty wall, or like the bathroom mirror, or like, I don't know, my couch. I mean, I'm gonna go sit by my figures because it's attractive, it's pretty. I guess it is showing it off, but I mean, it's a nicer background having some cool figures and talking about figures, or having a lot of games or some cool games and talking about games. I'm not even gonna go into look at this rare game. If I have them all, I have them all. You know I have the rare ones. I'm not trying to show them off. There's plenty of people with bigger collections than me, way bigger collections than me. Some of them show them, some of them are quiet about it. It's not about bragging. It's about me being excited. It's about me being a happy, excited, little, large man, fat man, child, adult, and enjoying it. And more than ever, I enjoy it because I get to enjoy it with my kids. That's just a whole nother blessing. And I want to do this for fun, like as a hobby. I want to make random videos about whatever. And I don't really expect many of you to watch it. I don't even expect them to be that good. But I think I'll have fun doing them. So I'm going to do them. And again, this is my first one. I don't know if I'll post this or maybe make a better one since it's my first one. It's probably pretty shitty. But yeah, man. Again, I'm Nick. Thank you for watching. And peace.